there, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your soulmate read for November-ish 2019. I am your reader for the moment, Rebecca De Mornay. Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. President of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. I'm very honored and happy to be here doing this for you. If you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe if this clicks for you. I bless the decks individually before I hit record, and I really ask that it be truly helpful for all involved. And to my subscribers, thank you so much for returning and following along and supporting the channel, because I have a goal. I have a goal to reach. I'm shooting for 1,000 plus subscribers so that I can do super live chat in general, but here's the promise I'm making. For the first couple of months, we'll see how it goes. Once a month, I will do what's called Drunk Tarot. Now, just to clarify, I don't drink that much, right? Like today, later today, that's why I'm doing these actually. Oh my God, it's 4:15 a.m. because I have a tarot party today out in Mauritius for a dear old friend of mine, her birthday. Gonna be reading 4 women, 4 hours, hour readings each, so you know it's gonna go over 4 hours. And they're gonna ask me, can we get you a glass of wine or something? And I'm like, not unless you want the edit function shut off. But you don't. You don't. Drinking alcohol never made my readings cloudy at all. There's all sorts of mystical reasons for that, having to do with the great god Dionysus and him being my lifelong patron. Whoopsie. But what it does is it releases the inhibitions, and instead of, well, you know, you really want to take a look at this, like, oh, bitch, you're screwed. And I'm never a mean drunk. I've just never been a mean drunk. I get all, like, giggly and shit. So I figured once a month I will do that for entertainment purposes only, but it doesn't mean that the readings aren't going to be dead on accurate. It's just they're going to be a little bit on the sarcastic side, perhaps. But if everybody is in, you know, and you just don't watch it. If it triggers you, don't watch it. That's fine. Because really, all I'm going to do is probably get a bottle of white wine and just do shots for every reading. Shots of white wine like that is the lamest thing, considering I used to do like tequila shots and Coronas all night long. My favorite drink, however, at a business function is Malibu rum and Diet Coke. It's really yummy. The Malibu rum sort of mellows you out, but the Diet Coke, that keeps you awake. So pretty much you stay the same. Go figure. So if anybody wants a timestamp when the reading starts on this, go right ahead, put it in the comments section. Because I have to do the exposition every single time, apparently, for people new to the channel. So let's start here. This is a general read, right? Whenever I do a zodiacal read, I always do sun, moon, rising signs, and then depending on the type of reading, I may add another planet, like, for example, Venus signs. For relationship stuff, particularly twin flame, soulmate, path of true love, that kind of thing. So if this doesn't resonate for you, even though the prayer is, may this serve whoever watches it, right? There might be like one thing in the whole reading that resonates for you, but that's my intention. That's what I ask for before I do this. So if it doesn't, you know, click for you, that's fine, you know, because I'm reading hundreds of thousands of people in a collective. Tricky. So go check your other signs, and you know, and I really hope that you find what you're looking for. And if it's not with my channel, that's okay. I'm 51 years old. Yeah, I know I don't look it. Why? Because I don't sweat the small stuff, and I bless people every single day, right? Everything that happens in this world, outside and inside of me, is here to help me, and that's true for all of us. Fifth dimensional consciousness. That being said, let's talk quickly about what soulmate contracts are, because I think, I know for damn sure that the word soulmate has become so conflated since it really hit the popular vernacular in the 80s. A book came out, I'm pretty sure it's the late 80s, called Soulmates by Jess Stern, Jesstearn, or Stern, I don't remember. And, you know, there was some good info in there, and I was like, oh my God, I have to find my soulmate, my soulmate. Of course, I was like, what, like a teenager in my early 20s? It's like, yeah, your lifelong mate. And I think it was a necessary idea to posit. It made us all really hungry for, like, healthy, satisfying relationships. But if any of you have been on the journey, NSM, not so much. And then, you know, you bring in twin flames, which I think the concept is actually maybe not older, but was it Blavatsky or Bailey? I can't remember. One of the theosophists, that whole thing that might have come up with the idea of split aparts, which after a while, I'm sorry, just sounds like spiritual codependency. It's like, oh, you have to wait for this person to come into your life to manifest your highest destiny. I'm like, no, I don't, bitch. I'm from New York. I'm a witch from New York. So what are these contracts, right? There is a difference between a twin flame and a soulmate contract. Please check the description box below. There are a couple of video links in there. One of which is by a wonderful spiritual teacher from the West Coast called Matt Kahn. I've been watching his stuff a lot for the past year and a half or so. I've never met him, like we don't have any affiliation in the 3D and the 5D and above, who knows. But he's always there to help me, right? Just turn on YouTube and there he is on my homepage. I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I need. And I think the first one I watched with him was one called Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, and Soulmates Redefined. And it was just such a wake-up call. Wake up, Pearl! It was just like such a blew my third eye wide open. Not that it's closed for that long anyway. Really changed the game for me. And so through my own research and my own personal experiences, I did one called Clarifying Twin Flames, Soulmates, and True Lovers, because the True Lovers part of it is my download from the divine that I've known about, God, since my 20s, since my first marriage. Yes, I was married to a man before it was legal. We weren't legally married, that's why. Easier that way. White picket fence, the whole 9 yards. You're my soulmate. No, you're a Pisces, and I'm a Pisces moon. Well, was he my soulmate? Because what is a soulmate? It's a pre-incarnational agreement, a contract between your soul and another soul to help each other heal, period, right? Whether it's a romantic sexual context, it can be parent-child, it can be sibling, it can be best friend, it can be, regardless of the form, the essence of the contract is the same, and that is to help each other heal. Where a twin flame contract, transformative, turbulent, sometimes just outright terrible, they burn, right? They teach you how to love yourself, how to heal yourself. So that's why I'm like, I need a break from those twin flame reads. I have to start them after I do Pisces, and I will after the party today, obviously. Maybe I'll start that tomorrow. But they're just very different types of contracts. So we're looking at satisfying, soothing, sympathetic, symbiotic. Not that there won't be bumps in the road. It is not idyllic. It's not a walk down the primrose path, although there might be some primrose here and there. Some, you know, if it is that romantic attraction, you know, past life. And of course you've had past lives with these people, these souls, I should say. But so these readings are about looking at the dominant one in your life, in your experience for, oh, kitty cats, kitty cats, kitty cats, kitty cats. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on one second, please. Sorry, my youngest one getting into mischief behind me. He's the youngest, my Melchior. I love him. Well, no, there he goes upstairs. Okay. Yeah, it's 4:20 a.m. Warping. Such a Virgo. So good. We covered the soulmate stuff. We are going to be doing divine masculine and divine feminine in this reading, just as a way to differentiate between two different souls in a contract, right? I could say party A and party B. I mean, I was raised by a lawyer. My mother divorced my father, married her divorced lawyer. They've been together, God, is it 50 years? It might be up to 50. It might be more than that. Math, don't ask me for math. Zeus and Hera, as I call them, right? So I speak litigious rather well, though, you know, don't bring Latin into it unless it's spell-oriented. Why are all the spells on TV that witches use in Latin? What's that about? I just chant in Latin and whatnot. Might as well chant Sanskrit. It's prettier. That is angular a language. Anyway, so we are going to be doing divine feminine, divine masculine. It has nothing to do with bodily gender. It has to do with energetic dynamic. So though I identify myself, pardon me, oh, great, this head cold, man. I even like showered and neti potted and everything. Doesn't matter. Though I identify myself as a divine feminine, first waver, empath, you know, son of the goddess, I absolutely have divine masculine energy. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing these, right? This is yang. This is self-expression, creativity, bringing something from the inside out, where the divine feminine is bringing something from the outside in or from above into the body, so to speak. The incarnational process is divine feminine because we literally step into a body, right? And then we go, what the fuck, I'm back! And that's the divine masculine part. So like with my mom, perfect example, I'm not a divine feminine around her. It's not conscious, it's just she's such a queen archetype that she brings out the prince in me. And we have a lovely time together as long as I agree with her. Which now we do. True soulmate. She's been my soulmate. Oh, not that it's always been easy between us, but we've always helped each other heal in one way or another, right? So that's it. Please remember to breathe. It is so important that we consciously breathe. Okay, I'll keep you out of it. It's really important that I consciously breathe because the energy for these soulmate reads, and really it started with the Samhain Mercury retrograde reads, the energy's so high that if I don't breathe and slow down, I skip, I don't catch everything. So it's just easier for me to do this well, to breathe. So you'll hear me say a couple of times, breathe. Breathe. Inhale all that you need from source. Exhale all that's ready to go in this moment. Breathe in from source all that you need in this moment. Oh, let it go. Tension, stress out of the nervous system for the moment, right? So please bear with me. I am going to drink water through. This is water. I'm not doing drunk in a row. I never drink when I'm working professionally. For the protection of my clients, right? No. So there was one other thing. Oh yes, all the decks that I read are in the bottom of the description box. All of the decks I read in total. I don't re-edit it every time, but whenever I have a new one, I add it in. So please, if you're interested, go have a look. And also my description box has my 2 ebooks that I've written. Spell Ingredients and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, which we were in pretty much close to final edits at this point. Yeah, we put that out last year at Yule, Winter Solstice. The third one is in process, is not coming out until 2020. But my Vimeo workshops are on there. Just go have a look. There's a lot of cool stuff. Read my About Me section on my website, drawingthecircle.com. It's a fun read. I wrote it. I'm a fun writer. I'm a reader and a writer. Arithmetic and SM. Not so much. Cool. Is that everything? Okay. If you're going to timestamp it, timestamp it. Let's get up in this gig. We're going to start with 2 Caroline Myss archetype cards. One for the Divine Feminine in the situation, one for the Divine Masculine. And they will serve as symbols of each of you. It might take you a few minutes to feel out which one is you. If you go purely intellectual, you'll bop back and forth through the whole reading, and that's fine. You know, to each their own. We're all on our own journeys of understanding. But you're going for what's called archetypal animation, right? What if it triggers you, if you're like, oh, you have it, right? It's true with any reading. What does your body do while you're listening, right? If it's attraction or repulsion, there's an energetic soul response there, right? To the lead or the gold, alchemically speaking. You know how it's not your read or it's not your archetype? Meh. Like, I don't have a touch of the engineer in me, so, you know, it's like, oh, the engineer archetype. I'm like, my friends to help me with that shit. Do not. Let's just say, when it comes to carburetors, I only know how to operate one kind. Let's leave that there, and let's dive in. Please breathe. Breathe, air sign, breathe. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card for the Divine Feminine to represent the Divine Feminine in this Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Please show us the soul power that the Divine Feminine is healing and alchemizing from lead to gold, from shadow to light in November 2019. The Liberator, one of my favorite, because I have it not lifelong. Oh, and I have it in Aquarius. That's Athena. Oh, wow. Yeah, yes. Unfortunately, I have no planets there. Otherwise, I would claim this. I do have the Liberator. Certainly in my with my Aquarians, we do tend to liberate each other, and I love Aquarians. I have like 3 that are really close to me, but only one who lives close. Sounds like an Aquarian. Oh, friendship and love from a distance. What a shock. I tease the fuck out of them, but that's okay. They tease me right back. So all archetypes are neutral, right? So shadow attribute, light attribute balances itself out, lead to gold, toxic healing, however you want to look at that. This soulmate contract is about taking this and moving it into this. So take a nice deep breath. You will know if you are the divine feminine. I mean, if you really strongly identify as a divine feminine, as I do, great. But still pay attention. What does your intuition say in terms of being in your body? It's your soul going, yeah, 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 or no, 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 or meh. Right? Yes, no, and meh be. Shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. I'm not going governmental there, but I think you know what I mean. It's that thing of, I'll liberate you, now do exactly what I say, right? We've all been there, done that, have the snuffed out torch of freedom. And ignoring legitimate constraints. I mean, drive on the correct side of the road. I know I have some viewers from the UK and Europe, so if I say drive on the right side of the road, they're like, oh, we drive on the left. The correct side of the road. Like, that's a legitimate constraint, right? You know? Don't gargle Drano. Just saying, no shade against Drano, but you know, that's a legitimate constraint. Don't drink and drive. You don't need two people. Don't be a fucking creep, right? Legitimate constraints. The light side, the gold you're shooting for here, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Releasing negative thought patterns, I would say my whole life, but a good chunk of that, a good chunk of my personal work with myself is about liberating myself from the chains that bind. What is that lovely spell I wrote? It's not a ripoff from Charmed, but I loved Charmed, so like I heard a lot of the spells. I'm like, oh, I can rework that. Break chains of illusion and set all things to right. Reveal what has been hidden and bring the truth to light. For the highest good and hurt me not. It's one you do on yourself or somebody else if really. Maybe, but remember, get ready for blowback because, you know, when things are repressed, when things are hidden, there's usually an explosion. Sometimes liberation is an explosion. Sometimes someone just left the gate open. Run! Very Shawshank. Shawshank! Let's get one for the divine masculine. I feel some of y'all laughing. Good. You know, my sense of humor, it's mostly about my own experience. Like, oh, computer, I thought I turned the volume down. You know, you close down the laptop, you think it's going to be quiet. No, you have to turn down the volume too. My sense of humor when I laugh, it's I don't laugh derisively at other people anymore, but I often laugh at my own experiences looking back. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Even though it was the most painful thing in the world, like having your eyelids stretch back behind your head, you look back and you go, oh my god, I really had no clue. Let's get one for the divine masculine, please. Breathe along with Mal. Oh, Prana Chi, come to me. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card to represent the divine masculine in this Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. What's the one the divine masculine is working on? The hedonist, that I do have lifelong. Kronos archetype in Virgo, the god Dionysus. I love this archetype, although the shadow is wicked dangerous. Ready? Pursues pleasure to the detriment of health. I'm a Gen Xer. Okay, I'm Generation X. We're familiar. Less than zero. Oh my god, was that Robert Downey Jr. in that movie? I'm like, all he needs is a neck tattoo and a bad credit score, and I'm his. Back then, now not so much, although I'd take him now. Except he's married. No more third way. What is that? Third party relationships and ixnay on the third party indulges at the expense of others, right? And that's just not great. We all know that's not great. The shadow side, the shadow activity is like any impulse or feeling that you would never want broadcasted, right? Like on TV, on the internet. It's a great way to look at it, right? That you keep it what we do in the shadows, which I cannot wait for season 2. My mom and I text each other back and forth through it, rolling, laughing through the whole thing. He's a mongerer. So what is the light attribute? I love this. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. And that's why I want to do Drunk Tarot once a month, so it can be like, let's just kick back and have fun and enjoy this and let the gods talk through me as they will, right? To really, really enjoy life, because, you know, I have learned not only do we reincarnate, but we meta-incarnate, which means we can play the same lifetime over and over and over again, like a single shooter video game, right? Until we get it right, until we feel like, okay, I made all the wisest choices, because the quantum can hold all of that, right? Near infinite, if not infinite variety, right, of manifestation and experience. So, the hedonist in me is like, bitch, we've done this before. Let's have fun. Let's have fun this time if we can. Yes, the ascension will happen, right? We'll all raise in vibration. Kumbaya, hallelujah, the whole 9 yards, right? But let's try and enjoy it this time. Watch Matt Kahn, fucking genius. I love him. Well, he talks to Ascended Masters all day long. I get the Greek gods. No swapsies. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. So those are our two main energies, the Divine Feminine Liberator. Oh, the Divine Masculine Hedonist. This could be trouble. And I mean like that song from Pink, Trouble. Fun trouble. Troubling fun. Fun trouble. Yeah, no, can't not feel a sexual chemistry kind of vibe on that. So let's see. Yes, this is between you and a parental figure. Doubt it. What we're going to do, we are going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to do an element spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the Divine Feminine, and we're going to use the Mythic Tarot to do the same for the Divine Masculine. Fire, what they want individually, in the contract, by the way, not just, I would love a cup of coffee. That's not what we're talking about, dear. Fire, what they want. Earth, the fuel, what they have to get them what they want, like the wax and wick that fuels the flame of the candle. Air, what they're thinking about it all. Pardon me. Water, what they're feeling about it all. And spirit, the overview, right? Like almost like from their higher self's point of view, but we have a deck to do that as well in this reading. So sort of like not the outcome, but larger picture, right? Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Water. Speaking of which, pardon me. See, the reason why you have a head cold, when you have a head cold or a sinus infection, they always say hydrate, 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 because it thins out the mucus, so you don't cough so much. And I forget, and I'm doing these readings, not a lot of time to drink water. So please forgive me. This will shift through me. I heal incredibly quickly. Virgo, 4 planets, second house. Yes. All right, shall we breathe? Breathe with me. Here we go. My goddesses. Athena in particular. Top 5 cards, element spread for this Divine Feminine Liberator. In this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit, element spread. Top 5 cards, please. Top 5 cards. I hear you. I hear you, gray-eyed one. Clean cut, please. You usually give me clean cuts. Maiden. Yes, you did. Mother. Well, that one doesn't matter. Crown, because there are certainly more than 5 cards in the top deck. All right. Clean cut, clean cut. Move down, move down. What does this Divine Feminine Liberator want? What's she want? What's her fire about? The Death card. Now, Transformation, the Phoenix, which is why I love this deck. No bones about it. Well, maybe within the Phoenix, but I have always seen this card more about rising from ashes, right? She's ascending. She's rising from ashes, that fire, the element of transformation there, but it is a major arcana card. So let's not go too deep into that right now, but what she wants is either the total transformation of this soulmate contract, or for that total transformation to be within her, to rise from her own ashes, burning away chains of illusion, chains of limitation, chains of fear. right? Being a liberator, that makes sense. What has she got? What's the waxen wick that feeds the flame? The Empress, very lovely. To me, the ultimate divine feminine card, at least in terms of a physicality, where the moon, not so much, that's more celestial. The Empress here, the divine mother in form, right? She's literally giving birth to the baby on the back of an elephant, right? Mawu. So what she has is a grounded, intuitive, nurturing, caring, yet regal goddess energy to do that. So, I also get that there's a sense that that eventually, if this isn't happening for the divine feminine who's watching this at the moment, there's this sense of, well, let it all burn. The truth of who I am is eternal, right? Like that sort of grace. It can be very loving, but you could feel that sort of like, it's fine, let it burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, Empress, burn. What is she thinking about all of this? Nine of Pentacles, that she's fine on her own, right? Call it Lady of the Manor in the Rider-Waite deck, that's what I call it, but here, this is Malama, full-breasted, has a full gourd, has everything that she needs, is good on her own, happy to be, like, in her mind, she's like, all is well, my daughter, all is well, right? Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, wrist. Very, very, feeling her oats, feeling my oats, my Gia-gun oats, feeling it, but thinking it, right? Like, really knowing intellectually, it's like, I'm good. Not that, the universe can't strip shit away in a second, but that feeling that, I've survived so much, I've been through so much, what's another Phoenix transformation, right? Any sort of shamanic power going on with this one, if it's there, familiar with the underworld, die and be reborn over and over and over again. Even with every inhale and exhale, you could say we renew, erode, birth. Well, I guess it would be death, birth, because, nobody inhales when they croak. Right? What is she feeling? What's in her emotional field? Well, here we've got the Pisces card. Now, if you're not familiar with me, I actually did a video clarifying how I read court cards. The two decks that I read in terms of tarot are both very zodiacally specific for each of the court cards, right? To the point where in the Daughters of the Moon, it literally says Pisces at the top of the card. So there's none of this, you kids and your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's like, I love this. I'm a Virgo. I like precision, right? So what she's feeling here, 12th house, if this is the Aquarian and the other one happens to be a Pisces, sun, moon, rising, what have you, doesn't matter. This is in her own emotional energy field, very open, feeling the collective, feeling fifth dimensional, or perhaps really wicked intuitive, or particularly a liberator needs that, right? That the intuition that they get leads them towards liberation of themselves and others, right? That golden thread bringing us through the labyrinth all the way home. I mean, I am a Pisces moon, so when this card pops up, it's popped up a couple of times in these soulmate reads, to really get that she has an emotional intelligence, but that doesn't mean she always shares everything she feels, that some of this might be hidden. And do remember, it's one of the dualistic signs. So to me, and I'm very aware of this in my own emotional body, sometimes it's dolphin, sometimes it's piranha, right? To love both of them is the trick. Love what rises. Matt Kahn, All for Love, Love Revolution. Go watch his channel, Matt Kahn, All for Love. Yeah, it's not All for Love with Matt Kahn, it's Matt Kahn, All. It's all for love. Oh, I wonder if that was an influence. He's younger than me. It totally could have been. All right, Spirit. Let's look. What is the overview here? Oh, bitch, the High Priestess. Oh, my God. Not just three major arcana cards. The High Priestess, the Empress, and the Phoenix. Oh, the gods are using her. Well, and I mean in the best way possible. What is a priest or a priestess ultimately? but someone who is a channel through which the divine works. Now, we're all that. But of course, there's a piece of intuition about this. Makes sense with that Pisces card there. But there's also hidden knowledge, right? So if it's hidden to the divine feminineness, just know that this contract, the gods are working through you. Don't try and do this all yourself. Surrender your will to the divine. Say, all right, do it through me. Clear this head cold through me, please, for the well-being of all. And that's how I do it. I go, all right, I have no idea what's supposed to channel through me, and these readings are at this party, or how I'm going to get it all done and be back in time to have Sunday dinner with my past life son who's returned, right? How am I going to do that? So I call upon the universe, the gods, the guides, the angels to do it through me for the well-being of all. That I am now, and so it is. And right? And the ego just like is integrated, right? It's just like, you relax. Otherwise, when you feel stress, it's the ego trying to do it. And, you know, the ego's not evil. It's just a conglomeration of belief structures and repressed emotions and an inflamed nervous system that takes over every now and again, if not for most people 24/7, right? So this process of awakening from that is allowing the true self, not the although the persona and the ego are not the same thing. It's a whole other conversation. Go watch Matt Kahn. He's amazing. Everything is God. Everything is divine. So that's why we have to love and embrace the ego without it possessing us. Just like the shadow, personality, same thing, right? Personality is the character your soul was chosen to come in and play. So play balls to the wall is how I'm playing it, but I'm a hedonist, okay? So that there's a lot of divine energy going on there, right? In a way, with the priestess, we've got the maiden. Definitely with the empress, we've got the mother. And as for the crone, not seeing it here, but the other cards that we do have there are the phoenix and what she wants. But she's thinking about her own stability, yes, probably about money, being able to take care of herself, thinking about being stable, but emotionally there's something very deep and intuitive and empathic going on here. Might very well be empathing and feeling what's going on in the divine masculine. So let's check him, shall we? In the throne of Aquarius in my pantheon, it is a dual throne that Athena shares it with the god Heracles, the god of 12 labors, who lost his divinity and regained it through kneeling and bowing, right, to surrender to the divine. So that seems to be a theme here, particularly with the Liberator, but with the Hedonist. Let's see. It's not like Heracles was boring. So hot. I mean, a brute, but so hot. And I don't know that he did put the glad in Gladiator. Heracles. It's the original. I'm a mythology snob. Is there room for that? No, there's not. So let's breathe. Here we go. My gods, Heracles in particular, please. Top 5 cards, element spread for the divine masculine in this Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus, sign, soulmate relationship for October 2019. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Elements spread. Top 5 cards. Oh, there you go. Clean cut, please. Maiden, sun, father, sage. A little ritual goes a long way nowadays. Particularly as you get older and your momentum slows down, your spirit speeds up. Do not be afraid of getting older, because really the other choice is physical death. So do it with grace. And some really good elf pressed powder and good eyeliner, if you're me. What is this hedonist? I love this card. What is this hedonist want? What's the element of fire? Oh my god, you've got the death. They both have the death card. No, dude. Oh, I heard someone say suicide pact. Ixnay on the suicide act pay. No. Yeah, but you both, I mean, the death card and the phoenix, you both want the same thing, and there's a soulmate contract for you. Literally on the same page in terms of what you want. Now, is this transforming the relationship? Perhaps. Is this transforming yourself individually? Perhaps. Is it that you want the other one to die and transform? Perhaps. Because, you know, soulmate relationships, yes, they're satisfying, they're symbiotic, they're sympathetic, they're soothing. But that doesn't mean there aren't bumps in the road and arguments, but they always tend to work themselves out somehow, because the contract is to help each other heal. But one person in resistance of that can really, I'll drag it out a bit, but I believe that's all in the divine plan too. Otherwise, you know, it's like when Harry met Sally, and in the first 5 minutes they met, fell in love, and got married. Where's the rest of the fucking story, right? There's no arc. We need a hero's journey, right? So what does this divine masculine hedonist have? The waxen wick to feed the flame. The Chariot. He's ready to go. Elastica. He's ready. He's balancing his dark and light, his yes and no, his hot and cold, his in, his out, his up, his down, his wrong, his right, his left, his right, his fight, break up, his kiss, make up. Oh my God, I've been possessed by a Katy Perry song. I love that fucking song. If you've ever dated, you know, that particular person, that song's a fucking anthem. And I have over and over and over again in 18,000 different bodies, right? So kind of getting his shit together and taking it on the road. I'm getting my act together and taking it on the road, old friend. There are a lot of Broadway queens that just screamed. I love that song. The Chariot, right? Moving forward. To me, very Mars energy. Well, this is the god Aries. We've got, whoopsie, this is the mythic tarot. So we've got Hades, my patron for the past year. And interestingly enough, being Dionysus is taking his place at Yule. And we've got the Lord God Aries, god of war. But also, his symbol is Mars, which if you look at the Mars symbol, and I didn't make this up, it's a penis. It's a beagle. Big nuts. D's nuts, right? Moving forward, Mars energy, charge, 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 but may still be in that process of bringing together his own intellect and intuition, his own heart and mind, bringing himself into alignment to move forward towards, maybe into his own transformation, right? Really gets on some level that things have to change for us to be together. Now, again, is this romantic sexual? I don't know. The Liberator and the Hedonist feels that way. Pardon me. But could also be like parent-child in the sense of that this parent wants to liberate their hedonist child from destructive behavior and to get them to really look at, you know, not so much indulging at others' expense, because not just karma, 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 but it's just detrimental to all involved, right? So let's keep going. There are cards in here that spell it out. Ooh, what was it? The Scorpio read, and I think the Capricorn read. It was like, ooh, very, very sexy, sexy. What's this divine masculine hedonist thinking? Well, King of Cups, the Cancerian card, so thinking a lot about the emotional world. Now, maybe if this is, you know, this Liberator is a water sign, I would really say that there's something fourth house home here, that he's thinking about home, which again, Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. This, like I said, could be a parent. This could be a parental thing. Oh, particularly with the Divine Mother. The Empress there. Very much could be. So, yeah, on my mind. I'm hearing just like, she's on my mind, she's on my mind. I mean, maybe this is about their own intuitive process in that fourth house home, right? Being at home within your own skin. Maybe that's part of that. I mean, that's for everybody, though. We all are learning how to be these souls, waking up to the truth of who we are through these contracts on a divine level, right? And just trying to feel comfortable with the ancestral patterns and the emotional baggage in society. And pretty much Armageddon, that's playing out on the planet, but that's in another video, not this one. What is he feeling? Seven of Cups. And this is just, feels like there's too many options here. It's like, everybody loves a full open bar. Well, not everybody. I do. It's a fully stocked bar and it's open. I'll have a Malibu and Diet Coke, please. Or if you have a chilled Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio, that's lovely too. Too many emotional options here. Castles in the sky. Not just indecision, but he's got a water card in the water position. He's got water and air as well. So sort of emotionally feeling so many different things there, which it would make sense then with the Pisces and this divine feminine that she's picking up on this as well, and something's got to change. It's like, I feel so many ways about this. It's not just stop or go. Don't worry, I won't do the entire song. But that feeling of emotionally being drawn and pulled and pushed in different directions. Now, there is probably some fantasy involved here, probably some stuff going on here where the emotions are affecting the mind. Perhaps if chemically induced, that could be the case, right? Wears off, right? The thing, look, if you're using chemicals, really if you're using any external substance, even yoga, I guess you could say, is an external thing, right? You're using the body. You know, for what intention are you using it for? But ultimately, your awakening is going to happen whether you're along for the ride or not. It's just you want to be dragged there. So, interesting thing there with the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I feel the different options, but just some of those cups are empty, though they look full. Right? Like vain pursuits, but pursuits that this divine masculine may have to take. So the overview is a new beginning, the Ace of Wands, a new spark of fire, moving them forward, right? That this is all about a new beginning. So from death comes the Ace of Wands, and that is Zeus on the card, right? That is Zeus ordering Jason and the Argonauts to go and get the golden fleece and return it to me. Spoiler, he does. 3,000 plus years, spoiler alert. Good. All right, so we've got our elemental energies. Sorry, I should say element energies. Elementals are totally different now. Fuck with them. The elements are the elements are on the track. Let's get from the higher selves of all involved. Breathe. Whisper of Love card for each, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. These represent the voices of the higher self. That's not cocaine. That's head cold. I would never do cocaine again. Ugh, I don't even drink Coca-Cola, but Diet Coke I'll do. With Malibu rum. Really good at a mixer. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved. There you are. Please, one card in clarity. For the divine feminine in this Aquarian Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign soulmate contract. No, too many. If it was just one, I would have taken it. For November-ish 2019, please, what is the whisper of love? A message for this divine feminine liberator from the higher selves of all involved. Receive with love and appreciation, which is good. Reception is divine feminine. It's the satellite dish, right? Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. And it feels like this Ace of Wands dealio here over with the divine masculine, with that Chariot card, may be riding in, right? To offer something. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love, right? And just like, what do you give ice in the winter? That's the people who raised me. That not always, no, but we have that sarcasm. Raised by the sarcastic. Good name for a book. I don't know that that's it. I was raised by a divorce lawyer, so I was toying with the idea. Mark A. Lyons, raised by sharks. The Shark Boy. But yeah, wasn't that Lava Boy and Shark Girl, or Shark Girl and Lava Boy? Not my thing. Wasn't that Taylor Lautner? Yeah, not my genre. Let's do the same here for the divine masculine, right? Oh, higher selves of all involved, would you please, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for the divine masculine in this Aquarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, soulmate contract for November-ish 2019. Please, one card of clarity. My God, I feel you, but you're stubborn. Right, the second one. Here we go for the divine masculine. Look at your pattern in relationships, divine masculine hedonist. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Well, you know, they tried to make him go to rehab. He said no, no, no. Again, now I'll have that stuck in my head all day. Good, I love that song. Yeah, I know I went the drug and alcohol route on that, the addiction route thing, and hedonist doesn't necessarily indicate an addict. The addict archetype came out, I think, in 1 or 2 readings in this past series. So, but there's an opportunity here to really look at your pattern in relationships if you're the divine masculine here. Like, am I receiving more than I'm getting? Because she's got receive with love and appreciation. So have things been out of balance? Now, I'm not seeing the card of the Justice. I'm not seeing Six of Pentacles here. But I'm seeing a crap ton of major arcana, energy in the divine feminine here. And, you know, with Death in the Chariot here, there is a transformation. This hedonist might have alchemized some of that lead into gold and is really wanting to inspire creative energy, right? Wanting to inspire, wanting to enjoy the good things in life and perhaps give them to the divine feminine. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to magic clap. My nose was running. I didn't want it to dribble on my cards. Snot tarot. Let's snot tarot. So this does kind of make sense. I can't escape here the just because of the divine feminine, divine masculine thing, son, mother, son. And you know, within the divine feminine or maiden, mother, and crone. But there's also something here about her kind of like keeping her mouth shut, right? You know, from the overview, but being a vessel of the divine, perhaps to receive the new blessings, to give comfort to, because he may very well be thinking about home. King of Cups, 4th house. House is Taurus. That's a durable good. A lifelong value. This is about the emotional home. Like, you can live in a house and not feel at home. Perhaps that's his situation, and his mind is going back to at least this divine feminine in terms of the sense of home, that they had that emotional comfort and warmth. But, you know, with its issues too, everything is yin and yang until we're completely immersed in the 5th dimensional unity consciousness. Last card down. I saved the breast for last. The Journey of Love Oracle. I love this deck. Not brand new to me. I picked it up at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs when I was visiting Zeus and Hera on the top of Mount Saratoga, whatever that is called, where they live. And if you're ever in the area, stop in, say hello to Veronica, and tell her Mark A. Lyons, Mal for short, a.k.a. Rebecca De Mornay, sends his love. I love them. And I'm going up there for the holidays, so I will probably, if they have room for me at the Magic Moon, be doing readings, if they have a reading room available for me, because I love them there. It's so much fun, and everything I need is a walk away if I need them. Kelly Clarkson. So, what we're going to do is going to get one card for the soulmate relationship itself. This deck is so intense and so powerful and so beautiful. So I am going to read it from the book because the book is perfect. It is moving and really has put the cherry on the sundae of all of these soulmate reads. So it is Alana Fairchild, who is the author, Rassouli, R-A-S-S-O-U-L-I, who is the artist, and Richard Cohn, C-O-H-N, who is the poet. And if I have that wrong, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You've reached the Ho'oponopono hotline. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Beep. I studied with Dr. Hugh Lin. So let's do this. We started with these archetype cards with the collective pantheons, and we will end with the collective pantheons for a Journey of Love Oracle. Please breathe along with me. Oh, there you are. My collective pantheon of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Soulmate relationship, soulmate contract for November 2019. Whoa, Aquarius. Whew, it's really high vibe. But please, one card in clarity for them. Cut top of deck. That's new. Cut top of deck. Yin Yang lover. Okay. Oh, you're a big Yin Yang lover, aren't you? I like a nice Yin Yang. I swear, thank God I incarnated into the family I do. We have the most twisted sense of humor, but we have really great vocabularies, which makes it okay. We implode the highbrow in the low and the lowbrow. Card number 8. I love that I make myself laugh. Although I have a group of guides that I call the Shecky Collective. They're like all dead Catskill comics, but no, not just, because Carrie Fisher's in there. Madeline Kahn is in there. I love them. I love them. They cheer me the fuck up. Particularly, I have to say Carrie Fisher and Debbie. Debbie's right there with her, because they know what I've been through. They can see, they're like, oh, homo boy, it's okay, we're here. At least you don't have Cinnabons on the side of your head. And she's right. Number 8, the yin yang. If you're from Long Island, it's yin yang. Yin yang lover. Ready? Breathe. These are usually intense. I've never read this one before. The force of attraction is stronger than your conscious control. There is no need to fight this inner genius. You can learn to speak its language instead. What is it that captures you, that pulls you close, that holds so much light for you? Why fight it? Don't step away from what you really love to grab a hold of a second prize. Why not claim your first prize? It is there waiting for you. It is yours alone, beloved. No one else can claim your own divine birthright for you. Be yielding and let your desire fill your body, your heart, and your mind. You don't have to fight for what is yours, for what is already yours. It will come to you through the field of attraction that emanates from your own heart. It is not a question of worthiness or deservedness. It is not a question of trying to work out what you need or want. Your heart always knows. Listen. If you still can't hear, then just feel. You'll get the gist of it soon enough. That's the first part. Now, the oracular meaning. This oracle has a message for you. No matter whether you seem to be heading closer to your goal or further away, white horse, black horse, you are making real spiritual progress. And what you want is the same thing that is wanting you. What you are seeking is seeking you. It is only a matter of time before you get it. So it's only a matter of time, so a divine timing thing. But resistance on either side of here, I gotta say, but that's probably what the death card is here, about going through the crucible, the alchemy of embracing the shadow. That's really more the devil stuff there, but certainly the death and rebirth aspect, burning away. Not resistance. He's got resistance. It's like, you keep saying that word, I'm going to give you some resistance right up your ass. That was perhaps more sexually sounding than I meant it. Like a boot up your ass. We all have our stuff that we're working through. We all have our lead to alchemize into gold, and that's written into the script too. It's part of the character makeup, so to speak. So again, there is a touch, because the word lover is in there, about this romantic sexual, but it's almost like the divine is saying to me, it's like, don't define this. This is so many different relationships here, so it can be lover, romantic, sexual, but really can also be parent-child here, or, you know, I mean, therapist-client perhaps, but why would, well, I mean, I guess you're soulmates in that sense, but you both have that death card, so there's got to be, maybe you're both going through a death, not just in your own selves, but in the world of some kind, and you both want to help each other heal through that. Let's read the poem. This usually puts a lovely cherry on the sundae of the spread. Please breathe. The moment when to fill my heart again is measured not in time or sweet remorse, nor tears that wash away unbridled pain, or morning's light which sings its soft retort. Such love has slept through storm and winters long. No call could break the stillness's embrace, or hasten change before the season's song unfurls its melody and words so chaste. C-H-A-S-T-E. Empowered thus, I found myself compelled to cast aside emotions dormant still. My feelings spoke from depths the answer welled, no need or past the emptiness to fill. At one, our touch has opened hearts anew, of patience born, there waits a love so true. That, yeah, you're both being drawn, this contract, you're being drawn, you may not know how to do it, you may not know how to get to each other, but it definitely feels like the divine feminine here is just, you know, being that goddess energy, that magnet, saying, all right, I'm getting myself ready, I want to transform myself, so when you come in, I will be ready. And then really she can feel them. But in her mind, she's really like, because I'm cool, I may not be at the 10, but I'm at the 9. God bless the divine feminine, that's got her own. That's got her own. Yeah, so let's give you your review and overview here. Say it with me if you're familiar. Magic clap! Bang! We've got the divine feminine here, the liberator archetype, shadow attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. The light attribute, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, right? For the divine feminine there, liberating herself, liberating others, and I can definitely feel that going on. What does she want? The Phoenix card, to transform, to rise from the ashes, not just to leave the past behind, but to take the experience, the lead, the toxic, and alchemize it into the gold of wisdom moving forward. And with the Empress card in her element of earth, she's got the wherewithal to do that, giving birth not just to a new situation, but to herself. So we literally have death and birth here on the first two cards of the divine feminine. What is she thinking with that Nine of Pentacles? She's like, no, I am stable. I'm good on my own. I can do this. You know, I don't need anybody to take care of me, at least physically. But then here in the emotional field here, that Pisces card, really just feeling very, very, very deeply, and perhaps feeling the soul connection of this soul contract. And oh, I get a different take on this now with the High Priestess in the spirit position. She may not be aware that the divine is afoot here, right? Because not every, in other words, she may not have any idea of the divine plan, how it plays in here, who this person is. They may not have met, in other words. And if they have, if there's someone in your mind, if you're the divine feminine or, you know, the divine masculine, and you have an idea of who this is, really run it through your system. How does it feel in your body? Because that's just a lot of major arcana, even though it's just 3. But for the liberator, there's something intensely freeing and liberating here, obviously. The divine masculine, what does he want? He's the hedonist. We know what he wants, right? But in the shadow, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, risky behavior, indulges at the expense of others, right? And that's why the shadow side there for the divine feminine liberator, ignoring legitimate constraints. Like, these two could be highly destructive together. But for the hedonist here in the shadow as well, indulges at the expense of others. And if it's the expense of this divine feminine, it feels like he's going to have his ass handed to him. Yeah, with all the both of them having the death card. Remember, death is not the end. It is a transformation. It's card number 13 in the major arcana, not 21. The light attribute for the hedonist inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself, right? So there's such a positive thing there that it feels like this could be so much fun, so liberating, so hedonistic, but in a very positive sense, like going to museums and eating good food and having good sex, like if that's the nature of this relationship. But if it's not romantic sexual, that could be very much like, you know, coming back together after a period of transformation and saying, let's just enjoy each other's company. Let's do this together side by side. This is a soulmate contract. Let's help each other heal. It feels like any bumps in the road were smoothed out, because what does he want? He wants the transformation himself. And with that Chariot and what he has, he's ready to grab the reins, balance his shit out, and move forward towards the divine feminine here. But what's on his mind is a lot of emotional stuff, right? About home, about the shifting, changing feelings. That, gotta remember, Divine Masculine, if this is you, we are not our feelings. We are not our thoughts. They move through us like water, emotion, and air, thought, breath. So to be over-identified with that, like, this is who I am. No, it's not. You're a soul that incarnated to play the role of your first, middle, and last name, right? And what is he feeling there in the Seven of Cups? Just like a little, like, I don't even want to say a little confusion, a lot of confusion. Too many emotional options, too many emotions about here, perhaps the majority of them in conflict with each other. So really, even in this picture, Psyche, bride of Eros, is praying to Aphrodite for help, and she gives her a quest, a really fucking dangerous one, in order to gain her approval so that their marriage will be blessed by the gods. And that Ace of Wands with Zeus and the Golden Fleece holding the globe in his hand, that really wanting to take that first step, that initiation, that spark of fire to, you know, to conquer, to attain. There's a desire there that has been reborn, a new beginning from the point of view of spirit. The Divine Feminine, her higher self, or the higher selves involved, are saying, receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. So she is in the receptive mode for whatever this Divine Masculine is serving, but he's got, look at your pattern in relationship. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. So there's an inner strength here that is required for him to move forward and not be offering something as bait. In other words, a gift with a hook in it, right? To move forward from this transformation. And what tops this all off is yin yang lover, that the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine are calling to each other. It is magnetic. You don't know that perhaps how it's going to work, but you know, that's a soulmate contract for you. You are being drawn. Just surrender to the feeling. It may hurt, but what that is the pain that of the past, the unfinished business, coming up to be loved, to be embraced, but not for it to possess you, either one of you, so that you can move forward and eventually together in this soulmate contract. Well, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What a very, very interesting, but I will say a lot of mystery around this too, with so that High Priestess staring at me there, right? That you both have the Death card. This is a very transformative contract, and that's what I'll say in the title, a Liberator and a Hedonist and a transformative contract. Because really, you can help each other through this. You can help each other heal. That's why regardless, that's why eventually you heard I said, it's like the Divine was just like, look, just don't even classify it. This is playing out in so many different forms that it will resonate for the people who are meant to watch it. Cool. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. Help me get to my goal. I want to do super live chat in general. I really do. I don't even know why, but like the idea came the other day before I started this series. It's like, ooh, I could do junk tarot, and it made me giggle. So I was like, yeah, my inner hedonist was, yes, both up for that and down with that, right? Here, I'll leave you with a blessing. Cool. Take a breath. May the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed in their soulmate contracts for November 2019, that they may help each other grow, help each other heal, help each other learn, help each other evolve, help each other love, and become the best that they can be and fulfill their roles both in their contracts as well as in the divine plan for the well-being of all. So it is. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you the very best, the very blessed of November 2019 and beyond. But for now, my darlings, my aqualungs, my aquariums, hail, farewell, and blessed be.